Hi, my name is Fullface. So I want to speak about stablecoins on Kaspa. I have done a couple of Swift transactions back to Greece from here, and it took literally 4 days to arrive. That they have been approved as an ISO 2222, whatever that number. Number question. Because I'm the interviewer here.
I can't remember who was saying this, but someone was saying that the other day that the crypto adoption is not going to happen directly where everybody onboards from Web3. It's going to be in the back end.
That's it for me. I don't know if you have any question.
Take away, please.
Hi, my username is Fullface, and I'm one of the Kaspa ambassadors. But after the speeches that Chris and Wolfie said, I mean, listen, I have no chance now. So thanks to Wolfie for hosting this. I think Wolfie's Bar, as Chris said, is one of the main places for Kaspa in London, actually in UK. And blockchain bundle, guys. So now we have 10 blocks per second, and in a few months, I would assume with that night we will have 100 blocks per second, which is something that was out of the realm of possibilities until Jonathan Sambolinski brought Kaspa into life in November of 2021.
What the day goes?
Well,
Almost another day.
It was insane. Yeah.
The transition from 1 block to 10 blocks, it was one of the best engineering processes, as he said.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean,
In fact, it was so smooth.
yeah.
Nobody even sort of congratulated Mike. Nobody knew what the hell happened.
He was standing
It was
there.
just like, oh,
He was there, guys.
Yeah.
You looked at it, it went from 1. So even the visualizers that went on, it went from 1 till 10. You looked at it, it's like, okay, where's it going to crash? Where's it gonna...
Yeah, it was.
It's like, yeah, nothing's happening.
Well, we
It's
were
just
live.
visual.
We were live with blockchain banter. We had Shy there, and we were. I remember it going live, and I'm just thinking, please don't crash, please don't crash. And it just went. You just see the blocks spread out. It was insane.
But I was. What? You were asleep that day? No way. Where I stabilized myself, I calmed myself down. It was when Jonathan Sambolinski asked him, so how long do we have to wait for it to crash or something like that? He said, now we are out of danger. And I'm like, because it happened. It just happened. So yeah.
I do actually have a question about
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Would accepting stablecoins be something that you'd actually prefer?
I think the stablecoin argument is more to do with the percentage of your revenue that is occurring in cryptocurrency. Because at the moment, cryptocurrency is such a small fraction of your revenue. So at max, it's 10%, less than 10% in the process. So most people that accept crypto do not utilize it as or to pay for bills and all the things. So you just keep it. And to give you a good example, I remember it was a while ago, just when Bitcoin had one of its surges, I sold free coffees for £12 in Bitcoin, saw the transaction going through. I didn't look at it for like 3 months. And then I looked at the 3 months afterwards, like, shit, this has gone up to £50 for that coffee. So those coffees actually, I made £50 profit out of it. But the interesting thing about it, one of the core issues you have in this hyperinflation world is that if you run a physical business, you're always chasing your costs. And what I mean by that is that as soon as you sell a product, something within your cost line has gone up. So whether it's your rent or your physical product stuff. So you're always playing this game from catching up. You adjust the price in the future to get there, but you're always like chasing this marginal cost price that just runs up to it. But in this example, it was the first time that I've beaten it. I won the game because my profit actually exceeded the cost raised in those 3 months, which was very exciting and interesting for me as a business owner. So I would think stablecoins, coming back to your question, stablecoins is critical for mass adoption when the percentage of your revenue is more than the 1 to 10% margin.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be a more natural thing that happens as stablecoins start coming in, and that comes back to the wider crypto adoption.
We talked about the marketing team.
Yeah.
But I think crypto will be heavily adopted without people even realising it. So it will be the infrastructure, it will be payment rails that will be happening behind the scenes. So when someone pays with Visa, they don't actually know what the hell's happening. They don't know what Visa's actually doing. They just tap a card, they see the money's deducted from their account, and they just assume it's gone to someone else's account, and that's fine. And again, with centralized systems, that doesn't matter. It works all the while it's working. It's when it works against you, you wish you had a decentralized system, which is where crypto like Cas really does shine. And I think the mass adoption will come when it's businesses that are doing it in the background without people realizing it. So they're just tapping their card to pay for money, or to pay for a product or service. And then all the back end is being run in Kaspa. They don't know, they haven't got a clue. Businesses are happy because they're making money because of the low transaction fees. It's quick, they know that they've got final settlement. Like businesses, I know loads of businesses, and you probably experienced it as well, when people pay with credit cards, for example, and then do chargebacks. That is a pain in the arse for companies, big time. And that just goes to show you that you don't have final settlement. There's a period of time where people can, or companies can take back their money that you think you have in your account just because the number's
As
there.
a businessman, you accept Kaspa, Bitcoin. What are the challenges for normal businesses to start accepting Cas or any other cryptocurrency of their liking? So how can Kaspa be the currency that will be adopted by many businesses? So in UK, for example, that you know better.
So me and Chris have spoken about this before. So when I originally, when the Bitcoin Collective came to me to accept Bitcoin, because it was the Bitcoin Collective, and they came, they did the onboarding for me, so they got Swiss Bitcoin Pay on my app, on my iPads and things, and I started accepting Bitcoin. And because I accepted and I have that relationship, I'm on all their socials and all of those things. So I see when people adopt Bitcoin as currency. And you see it every like 2 days. There's there's a laundromat in Kent, there's a lawyer firm in Birmingham, and all of these things happen. The problem you have with that is that it's all these single points that's not connected. So it means that for you to get mass adoption, you need to adopt every single business in the world for it to happen. Now, if you look at big companies that's been really successful, all big companies start with community-driven projects. So Facebook started in a university, Airbnb started in a suburb, Uber also started in a suburb, and then it grows from that, it becomes worldwide. So the biggest problem we've always had with crypto is because we've not focused on it as a business initiative. And the way we would do that is you adopt a place like this with crypto, and then you go to all my suppliers and you do an incentive and engagement that they use Kaspa and stuff, and all of a sudden we start an economy because I purchased my coffee in Kaspa, I received Kaspa and revenue, I pay it back to them, and then those suppliers start engaging with their customers, and before you know it, that's how you build a community and you reach it out. So that's the strategy. No one's doing that strategy because one, I'm too busy to do it, so I'm not going to do it. And two, but two, I think if that's grasped by founders or powers that be, because I mean, Kaspa's got Kef and all of those guys, it could be something that could change this whole game completely for the whole world. And it's not a difficult thing to do. It's not a thing that's going to cost a fortune to do either. You literally need a person that focuses on this and then starts that integration, and then maybe do some sort of incentive in it. But of course, the positive about Kaspa is your incentive is the low transaction cost. So you have that element. I mean, I pay 3% on all my transactions, pushing it from a normal POS system, which you eliminate immediately. And then, of course, there's the other elements of the value of Kaspa increasing and things. So if you can pitch it in the context of investment orientation for these businesses. But it does need someone to start that and do that. And the question is who. So how many people do we have? Average of 13 intermediaries from your money being sent.
Is it 13?
Yeah.
Insane.
Average.
Insane. And it's fragmented. Everything's fragmented with middlemen. And each of those middlemen they're not doing it because they're altruistic or they want to do it out of the kindness of their heart. They're doing it, which is fair enough. They're doing it as a business and they're wanting to make money. So they're all taking a slice of that pie. Well, if you went through a decentralized network that does it from peer to peer, and and even if you were doing it peer to peer, but you don't know it's actually happening peer to peer, you're paying a business owner. The business owner's then sending it peer to peer to whichever provider they need to. That is cutting out 11, 12 intermediaries.
Kaspa can be the main rail for microtransactions, like buying a coffee or going to the hairdresser, or I'm not talking about large amounts of cash, but I'm talking about the everyday expenses.
So we've had these discussions now a couple of times over the last 2 years. Chewy is very, very into it also. The thing you have is, throughout history, you've got this argument about whether a technology is the best one or not. And then examples of this is Betamax versus VHS. And alternative, VHS being the shit technology, Betamax being the better technology, and then VHS dominating it. So in context of the argument of Kaspa being the better technology by far, it's the highest speed, cheapest, most secure, more than Bitcoin, more than any other currency out there. It's the only thing that's scalable. It's the only thing that can mass adopt it. Its issues and risks are, one, it's too good. So institutions can't make a lot of money out of it in the process of this mass adoption.
Yeah.
So there's a big struggle why that's not happening, because effectively it mutes their model in the process. That being said, I've got an opinion about that also in regards to what's happening in financial institutions now. It's aggressive. So you've got that element to it. So you do need the element of mass adoption, which is not because of it being a better product. It's because it's a cool thing at that stage to do. So the question is, will that happen? Now, the things that would instigate that is if you've got multiple chains and things starting to utilize CAS for its background technology, etc. That opportunity is coming in regards to now with IGRA that's launched and VProx and all of those things, because all of a sudden all the infrastructure and all the architecture out there at the moment has the ability to minimize costs in the process by utilizing this technology, which is of course a good driving force to push volume in it. So that could cause this making Kaspa the cool thing or the cool kid on the block. So we're at that point. Whether it's going to happen or not, no one in history can ever predict if any of the technologies is going to be the one that's going to happen it. But we're at that point where this could happen, and it's got a good chance of happening in the process.
I mean, for me personally, I can see we're going in for me personally, we're going in the wrong direction in the UK anyway. It's becoming a lot more centralised, a lot more censored.
Well, Kier just banned donations to parties in crypto.
No way.
Yeah, he did the other day.
He wanted to go after Farage.
Yeah, because he was getting a bunch of it. So,
he was talking about leaving, didn't he?
But this is what I don't like. I like open dialogue. I like things. I don't like censorship. I think it's a terrible route to go down. But we are going down that route by the looks of things. I want another option. I understand. So there is a trade-off with decentralization. Okay, there's a trade-off with decentralization and being sovereign and being free. A shit ton of responsibility. If you lose your Bitcoin or your Kaspa, There's no Mr. Bitcoin or Mr. Kaspa bank you can phone up and say, oh, I've lost this, can I get it back, please? So there is responsibility, a lot of responsibility that goes along with that. And that's not for everyone, and that's fine. You can still remain in a sort of centralized system. But for people that do value sovereignty and do value that responsibility, like me, for example, I hate being told what to do. That's why I've never been employed. And that's not to say I'm a bum, but I've always just run my own business because I can't deal with people telling me what to do. And there's a lot of people like that out in the world that don't want that sort of someone having control over them. At least this gives us a different option. So yeah, I'll leave it there because I know that we're running out.
Amazing, great.
Kaspa has the highest throughput that we know so far in the entire crypto space. So, in a proof of work system as well, which is highly decentralized and very, very secure for all the miners. So, if we combine these two, the actual utility of Kaspa and what Kaspa how can Kaspa support the whole transaction from A to B? I think is the best currency to use from business perspective, but also from the user perspective. That's it for me. I don't know if you have any questions.